Credit. It's not a bad word. And despite what you may have heard, having a credit history can help you financially. However, having a bad credit or even a no credit history can limit your opportunities. In this video, I'm going to explain 5 ways that you can raise your credit score in a short amount of time. And method number 4 is something I preach to my own kids and my own students, so make sure you watch until the end. So we all know that the better credit you have, the easier it is for you to be approved for things such as transportation and housing, right? Raising your credit score quickly can be challenging, but it's not impossible. However, it does take some time to build a good credit history. There are a few strategies you can use to potentially see some improvement in a short amount of time, and I'm gonna get right into it. So, method number 1 is paying your bills on time. Now, while not all bills affect your credit in a positive or negative way, there are some bills that can make or break your credit score. So let's talk about some of those bills. The first type of bill is existing credit card bills. So having high credit card balances can negatively impact your credit score. Paying down your balances can improve your credit utilization, which is an important factor in your credit score. Second is your car payment, if you have one. Your car payment history is reported to all 3 credit bureaus, Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax. So paying your loan on time will help your credit, but missing even one payment can cause your credit score to drop. So the same also applies to your house payment. Your mortgage is another expense that can greatly affect your credit negatively if you have a late payment. Now, a side note, rent is a little bit different. Traditionally, paying your rent on time doesn't have any effect on your credit unless your landlord reports your payments to all 3 credit bureaus, which wasn't very common. However, in 2023, it's becoming more common for landlords to use rent payment apps with their tenants, such as RentRedi, Boom, and there are a bunch of others out there. These on-time payments can be reported and improve your credit. So if you are currently renting from someone, I would absolutely recommend talking to them, have a conversation about whether a rent payment app is possible with them. And if you think about it, it really is sort of a win-win, right? They get paid easier and you build your credit. Method number 2 is keeping your credit utilization low. So basically, only pay for items that you can pay off in full within a month. If you're just starting out or just wanting to start over with your habits, I would highly recommend using your credit card for only one expense, and a smaller one preferably. So for example, use your credit card to pay for gasoline for your vehicle only. It's an expense that you can probably pay off relatively quickly, especially if you're only filling up a few times a month. And then after some time, once you've established some good habits with that, you can move on and consider other expenses such as groceries. I would avoid larger purchases such as electronics, furniture, things like that, because those are much larger amounts that you're most likely not going to be able to pay off in full within 30 days. And remember, after 30 days, that's when interest gets tacked on, and that's definitely not something you want. So method number 3 is checking your credit report regularly for errors. You can get your credit report for free once a year from any of the 3 credit bureaus. And if you end up finding something that you believe is a mistake, you can dispute it. However, you're going to need to take a few steps if that situation happens. So the first thing you're going to want to do is identify, highlight, circle the errors in your report. Then you're going to want to explain in writing why you believe it's an error. You're also going to want to list your information like your phone number, your email, your address, in case they need to get a hold of you. And then lastly, you're going to want to request that that error be removed. Ultimately, it's up to the 3 credit bureaus whether they take that off or not, but it's absolutely worth speaking up for. Method number 4 is become an authorized user on someone else's credit card. Now, if you have a friend or a family member with good credit, ask them if they'd be willing to add you as an authorized user on their credit card. This can give your credit score a boost as long as the primary cardholder uses the card responsibly. Now, for the tricky part, only Only the primary cardholder is responsible for making the credit card payments. So this makes it a huge responsibility for you to stay true to your word and pay them as soon as possible. But in the end, it's a win for you and it's a win for them. Method number 5 is apply for new credit sparingly. Applying for new credit frequently can negatively impact your credit score, as it can make you appear more risky to lenders. Each time you apply for credit, it results in a hard inquiry on your credit report, which can cause your score to drop slightly. And additionally, opening too many new credit accounts at once can also lower the average age of your credit accounts, which can also have a negative impact on your score. So that's why it's recommended to apply for new credit sparingly and only when necessary. Now, there are some easy and life-changing ways to create and sustain some good financial habits, and in my next video, I'm going to show you how you can replicate how I set up my bank accounts so that things are automatic and hassle-free. It is advice that anyone with a bank account can benefit from. So make sure you subscribe so that you can stay up to date on that, as well as other advice on how to help you improve your financial health. Also, please like and share this video with someone you know who's trying to build their credit as a young adult, or just anyone who you feel might benefit from this information. And remember, when it comes to improving our lives, it is never too late to start. See you in the next video.